Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, for the last few days, I have been working on building up test shots for my brand new kit, and that is the 16 scale M4A3E8 Sherman. As you see, we've got a couple of them right here. And I've gotten lots and lots of emails about more specifics on the actual kit. So what I thought I would do today, since I only have test shots and I've been building them like crazy, I would show you one of the most important features of this entire vehicle is the HVSS suspension system and how it actually goes together, as well as the tracks, the T66 tracks that are in this kit. So I've been building these, like I said, crazy because I want to make sure everything is perfect the way it goes together. And today I'm going to do a quick little build video and show you how to make the suspension actually work, as well as the tracks, and how quick and easy it is. It's easier than writing a bunch of emails because everybody's asking questions like that. Quickly show you in a video. One other quick thing too, I want to thank you guys because obviously we started our pre-orders on this last week and they have been phenomenal and way better than I even thought they would be. So I deeply, deeply appreciate the guys, all you guys out there from around the world, because they're turning up everywhere right now. And I'm super humbled and appreciate all of your guys' support on this venture. So today's just going to be a quick one, but and it does count as a build video because I'm actually building something on here. Won't be painting it, but we will be building up a suspension system and showing you how it works. So let's get started. Here we are. We're going to take a look at today the HVSS suspension. And this is the 1/16 scale Andy's Hobby Headquarters M4A3E8 Sherman. This is the very first test shot that was built up. And I want to show you basically how the suspension works in real life and how it is going to go together on this model kit. Now you're looking at it right here, and HVSS stands for horizontal volute spring system. And in the middle right here, this is a volute spring, or a representation of a volute spring. A real volute spring would just be that coiled over big piece of metal. And the way a volute spring would work is that when one arm pushes up right here, let's say it runs over a rock, it would compress this spring inside here and still keep this other wheel mostly on the ground. So the horizontal obviously refers to the fact that it is situated horizontally to the rest of the tank. The original VVSS, which is vertical volute suspension system, the springs were going the up and down type motion, or vertically on it. So today I'm going to show you the very first test shot. I'm going to assemble one of the springs and let you see how it actually goes together on the kit. And here are all of the parts needed to assemble one suspension bogie. And you can see everything's all laid out here. I've got it all cut off and sanded, mostly sanded. We got to do a little touch-up sanding once we actually get it together. But I want to show you how it'll go together. Before I do that, just let you know, while you're looking at this, is only a test shot for fit for the actual suspension here. There will be a lot of extra little details, some extra cast markings from the foundry markings that will be on these pieces here. They're not on here yet because this was one that was just sent out just for us to do the test fitting on. So let me show you how it actually is going to go together. So we're going to lay out these first two parts of the arms here. And now we're going to have to go ahead and glue this piece on. This is another arm that attaches onto each one of them. See the little bolt detail. But I'm also want to show you the actual little slot detail that's right here. And this side is attached by the tree, and there's a couple of little connection points. But we actually had this slide molded, and I'm going to show it to you on the tree here. You can see it here. So all of these were slide molded, and the reason is that little slot is on the real vehicle, and it is always pointing out. So you want to be able to see that detail. So what we'll do here is I'm going to show you how these actually go on. These are going to get glued into place just like this, making sure when you do it that that little slot is facing the outside on both of them. So let me get those two glued on right now. Next up, while those dry, we can go ahead and put some cement onto the area where the volute spring will get mounted. And that is very simple. You put a little cement in there, drop one volute spring in this way, and put a little bit on here, and then you want to take the other volute spring and flip it upside down, just like that. So you've got going one up, one down, and then you will do the exact same thing with the other side of the volute spring holder. A little cement on both of those, flip that around, and just like this, you will assemble your volute spring holder. And we'll let that dry right now. And now we can go back over here. We're going to take half of our shock absorber and we can lay it up in here. We want to keep glue out of these pins right here. These pins, we want this to be able to move back and forth. So the best way to do this is we're going to run some cement down both sides of this. This is going to be kind of difficult with the camera in front of me, but I'll see if I can figure this out here. Then we want to take our other side, actually probably just get one side pinned together like this, and then we can just go ahead and squeeze those together. So we have this assembly, and if we don't get any glue on the pins, it'll continue to work just like that. Now while that dries, we can cement up the actual connection point of how the bogie actually attaches to the actual hull of the Sherman. And you can see this T shape cut out of here. It matches the T shape on that, and very quickly and easily it just glues right into place just like this. The other part we need to add on here is, you see it once again, a little slot up on top here, cement inside there, and just like that. And then of course I'm going to go back here because this is a point that's going to connect quite a bit of weight for this Sherman. We're going to glue right around the front of that, and we have our connection point. And one other thing we need to do, a little cement in here, a little cement in here, not getting any on those little pegs. Those pegs need to remain clear. We add this arm, and you can see there's a big slot and a little slot that correspond to those, and that will get glued in just like this. Now what I recommend now is to let this thing fully dry for, you know, a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so it's nice and secure, and then we can put all of these other parts together. Now let's assemble these parts. So this has had a chance to dry, and I'll show you how we do this. Remember, we want to keep those two notches forward. We just place the volute springs inside here. Easiest way, then thumb and forefinger, grab the outside edge, pinch it together just softly, just so it stays together. We take this piece here and we're going to slide it right through the back. And these two little pins are going to line up with the two little holes right here. And just like that, they will slide right into place. With that being done, we go ahead and have our front piece that's got the two little holes. And very carefully, we want to apply cement just to this front piece. We want to keep cement away from those holes or this will not work properly. And we got to remember that little peg on the bottom faces down. And that should line up just like this. And boom, hold on to that, let that glue, but you can see we have our working suspension here. Now we just have to attach the wheels. The wheels go together very, very simply. There is a front and back, a little cap inside here to make those work. So we want to put that little cap inside, then run glue all the way around the inside because we want that little bead of liquid plastic to come out. So when we sand it, we have a perfectly smooth wheel. So making sure we go all the way around. There is a little tiny notch, just like that, that line up, and you should be able to twist the wheel, and then boom, slides right together. And give that a good squeeze. Make sure we can see a little tiny drop of plastic come out. Let that fully dry. We give it a sand, and we have our wheel. Now that we have two wheels, I'll go ahead and sand this one up in a bit, but I want to show you, really important, how to get the wheels to actually be able to turn. Because if cement gets anywhere inside the wrong area, it'll fuse them up. So here is our shaft here. You want to put that inside with a little bit of cement and leave it. don't touch this thing for a good half an hour, because if you put it in there right now, a little bit of the cement will have come out of in there, and it could bind onto the actual piece here, and your wheel will not operate here. So let's just leave this just the way it is. Come back in about 20-30 minutes, and you'll be able to just put a touch of glue on the inside of that, very small amount, and put the wheels together inside with that hub there. So while I let those parts completely dry, I thought I would quickly show you how the tracks assemble as well. Now you can see we used the T66 type track, which is the more common version of track for the EZ8 Sherman in World War II. I know the T80 track did appear in late part of the war, but it is much more common to see T66 track on EZ8 Sherman. So, and they're also a lot easier to put together because we only have 3 parts. You can see we've got the bottom of the track, the top, as well as the guide horn, all molded out of plastic. And I'm going to show you how quickly and easily these go together. So this is what the tree looks like right here in the kit. And now let me show you how quickly these go together. So you have our bottom of our track. You can line those up, and you see the little pin that's already installed in here. You just drop that into the other bottom of the track, and with a little bit of cement across the top, and just a small amount of cement right here on the edge, staying away from the actual pin, we take our bottom here, just like this, drop it into place, lock it in really tight. And the reason we want to put a little bit of cement on here, so we close off that edge. You can see it still works completely. And we just need to cut all these out and start putting them into position. So you drop the next one in, same position, drop a little there, tiny bit on the outside edge, just like that. Drop the next one into place. Give it a good pinch. Also, we can show you too, a touch of cement inside there. Drop the guide horn in next. Show you just like that. And then the other guide horn will go in just like that. It's really almost impossible to get these wrong. We've made it so that it is super simple to put together and has a really good flexibility on it. As you can see once again in the actual test shot here, the track is very robust and works very, very easily. Now back to the bogie here. We've let this dry for quite a while, and we're ready to attach the outer road wheel. And it's a tight enough fit that you really don't have to glue it because it's going to stay on pretty well. If it's up to you, if you want to put just a touch of cement inside there, I have built quite a few of these now, just playing around, practicing on them, and I haven't glued any of them, and I haven't had any problem with them falling off. So snapping it into place, they spin really well once that's like that. So there is, and then you can see back here how the whole thing rotates on the shaft in there, and it's ready to attach to the hull. So what do you think? Am I right? Is this very easy to put together or what? And usually suspension is one of the most difficult things on a kit. So if this goes together this easily, think about how the rest of this kit goes together. This, along with those T66 tracks, I have to say, and I'm not just saying this because this is my kit, but I've put together a lot of tracks over the years, and for workable, fully workable like that, those are probably the easiest tracks I've ever had to put together, and work so well too. You notice they don't bind up, they work exactly the way you expect them to work, and hey, just when you see it on the kit here, it speaks for itself. So this kit is available for pre-order right now. It is on sale for pre-order in North America on our website, andyshhq.com. If you want to pick one up in Europe, you can go on our website, andyshhq.eu. And of course, these are going to be available around the world. Our distribution is starting to reach out to all those guys. So if you don't see it in your country yet, stay tuned. It'll be there soon. So guys, I want to take this opportunity to thank you as always for watching. Please stay tuned because I have many more videos coming.